Hello viewers. If we were asked about the four most consequential events of the modern era, the answer in most cases will include the French Revolution 1789, the Russian Revolution 1917, the Chinese Revolution of 1949, and the Iranian Revolution of 1979. All these revolutions resulted in violent overthrow of the government, accompanied by basic changing in the socio-economic structure of the society. So in this video, we will look into the question why revolutions occur and what happens after a successful revolution. Before we proceed, you are requested to kindly subscribe to my channel Wisdom of Life. The 16th century English political philosopher Thomas Hobbes once remarked that the struggle for power is wrapped in tooth and claw. This is particularly true of revolutions which entail a violent change in the government. However, not every violent change in the government constitutes a revolution. A revolution occurs only when there is also complete overhaul of the social and economic institutions of the society. For example, the Iranian Revolution implied a change from monarchy to republic and also from a liberal to a conservative society. Likewise, the Chinese Revolution resulted in public ownership of land as well as of key industries. Now we will look into the question why revolutions occur. Ancient Greeks, including Plato and Aristotle, were of the view that the revolutions were caused by a radical change in basic beliefs or values of a society. Therefore, they underline the need for social and political stability. The ancient Indian philosopher and statesman Chanakya, though he never used the word revolution, also underlined the importance of strong political and economic management to avert abrupt changes in the government. During the medieval Europe, strong religious authority ensured social stability, so there were no revolutions in Europe during the Middle Ages. Now, with the dawn of the modern era, there is a change in the focus of thinkers from preventing to celebrating revolutions. The 17th century English poet John Milton, who is best known for his epic The Paradise Lost, said that revolutions are a means of accomplishing freedom. Milton's ideas inspired French Revolution, which was essentially a struggle against centuries-old despotism. The 19th century German philosopher Hegel saw revolutions as a necessary step in advancement of civilization. His disciple Karl Marx believed in the inevitability of a socialist revolution which will establish a classless society, and only then men and women will have real freedom. In the 20th century, Marxism inspired several revolutions, for example, Russian Revolution, Chinese Revolution, Cuban Revolution, and Vietnamese Revolution. The youngest of the four revolutions is the Islamic Revolution of Iran, which occurred in 1979. What is so remarkable about Islamic Revolution is that for the first time in modern history, religion was used not to obstruct revolution but to inspire revolution. So far, we have focused on the role of impersonal forces in bringing about revolution. Now it's time to briefly discuss the role of human agency. If revolution is a struggle for freedom, then there must be men and women in thousands who are willing to sacrifice their lives and liberties for the sake of freedom of others. And that's happened during all these four revolutions. No less important is the role of leadership. Mao Zedong, Lenin, and Ayatollah Khamenei, who led revolutions in their respective country, were men of exceptional endurance, energy, and intelligence. Lenin was imprisoned and exiled for several years by the Russian Tsars. Mao Zedong's famous Long March saw him and his comrades travel over 10,000 kilometers in very harsh conditions for more than 1 year. Ayatollah Khamenei was exiled for 15 years by the Shah of Iran before triumphantly returning to Tehran. Not only that, these revolutionary leaders were also men of considerable literary stature. They had deep understanding of social forces and work and used their understanding in guiding the course of the revolution. One of the best known studies on revolution is The Anatomy of Revolution by American historian Crane Brinton. According to Brinton, a pre revolutionary society possesses certain features like high government deficits, unbearable taxes, nepotism or crony capitalism, and administrative confusions. In the first stage before the revolution, there is loss of self confidence among the ruling elite because many members of the ruling elite think that their privileges are unjust. Political authority becomes fractured and relies more and more on force. There is also rise of reformists among the ruling elite. However, their opinion and their calls for reforms are not given proper attention. With the passage of time, the regime weakens and the opposition unites and gets strengthened until the regime is toppled, ushering in revolution. Brinton also talks about the characteristics of post revolutionary society. According to him, the first stage in a post revolutionary society is optimistic idealism, which is relatively of short duration. In the second stage, there is a split between the moderates and the radicals with the defeat of the moderates. The third stage sees the rise of extremists among the revolutionary who come to monopolize all the political power. And in the final stage, revolutionary ideas fade, and the revolution, which initially was meant to be a struggle against authoritarianism, ends up in the rise of totalitarianism. Now we will look into some common features of revolutionary regimes. Number one, revolutionary regimes become as much despotic and govern as ferociously as the people they replaced. Number two, revolutionary regimes try to export revolution overseas, which brings them into conflict with their neighbors. Hence, war breaks out between revolutionary government and its neighbors. Number three, one set of elite in a revolution are replaced with another. For example, the rule of czars and nobility in Russia was replaced with the totalitarianism of the Bolsheviks. In France, a powerful monarchy was dismantled only to set up another. The Chinese Revolution resulted in the dictatorship of the Communist Party. In Iran, the despotism of the Shah made way for the despotism of the clergy. Number four, revolutionary leadership splits into radicals and moderates, and power is ultimately monopolized by radicals, as for example happened in Russia under Stalin. Finally, the goals of the revolutions are put on the back burner and they are mainly used as a rallying cry for the people. The post revolution Iran is currently passing through this phase. I trust you like this video. You are requested to kindly subscribe to my channel Wisdom of Life. Thanks for your time.